This is the most important thing you need to know before you visit Kenya. Welcome back to Women Travel TV. My name is Sinja and I'm here today to help you planning your trip to Kenya. So this video is actually a follow-up video from my last video, which has been performing very well. So you guys really loved it, where I gave 10 Kenya travel tips. And of course there are so many travel tips, more than 10. So I thought today I will give you an additional 10 travel tips for you. 10 things you need to know before coming here. And if you have not yet watched it, please just take a minute, go back and watch my recent video about it. So before we dive in, and that's also already my first point on the list, there is one thing I have to correct, because the video I did was like 1 year ago and one thing has changed. So everything else is 100% fine, but the visa requirements have changed. So my first Kenya travel tip for you: get your e-visa, which means you have to go and apply for your online visa. In the recent video, in my last video, I mentioned that you can go to the airport, you can get a visa on arrival, or you go and get your visa online. But since January 2021, I think because of COVID, they simply have changed the rules. So you have to go and get your visa online. And there is just one web page where you can get it. And that's this one. So I don't want you to get scammed and I don't want anything else happening to you. So please only use the official link. I have done recently just another video about the new Evisa scan. Just check it out here. Because even it happened to my recent clients of mine, there are so many fake web pages out there who claim to be the official web page, or agents. So where you pay just triple of the money, instead of $50, you end up paying $150, and then the visa might not even be legit, or you might not even get any visa. As well, I have made another video which takes you through step by step on how you can apply for your online visa. So that's here. And don't worry, everything as well is for you down in the description. So my second Kenya travel tip for you: the best time to go. This is one of the questions I get asked most of the time of my clients who ask me, okay, Sinja, when should I come to Kenya? Of course, if you are free and you are available to choose anytime. So let me take you through quickly. So we have 2 raining seasons in Kenya. Our biggest and major raining seasons is, this year it started very early. So it's around end of March, April, and then beginning of May. If you go to the coastal areas, then it might as well go up into June, but it's not that heavy in June or even in May. So the major rain really is in April. And raining season means it can rain day and night. Yes, true. But like this year, for example, in majority of the cases, it only rains in the night, in the morning. So even if you come during April or May, you can still travel and you will enjoy your travel as well. And then the second raining season, which is our smaller one, we have it from October, November, December, beginning of December only. But of course, we can never say when the rain will start and when the rain will stop. But the second one is slight rains. Of course, it will rain in the night, but that it will rain during daytime is really rare. So, but now, all the other times, most of the cases we don't have rain. So right now we have July. So in July, it's a little bit, we call it our Kenyan winter. So it goes exactly the other way around to Europe. So which means when they have summer, we have winter. When we have summer, they have winter. But for us, we don't really have a cold season. Like now, you can see it's our Kenyan winter. I'm dressed like that. You can go outside, but you really do need a sweater, like a jumper or something on top. But it's not freezing cold. You still have like 15, even 20 degrees of Celsius in a day. Another thing you might want to consider is if you are a fan of animals. So we have our yearly migration time, which is actually right now. So it starts in June. Around June, of course, we can never predict when the animals really start crossing over. So in June, July, August, September, and early October. But in October, you cannot be guaranteed to see the migration and to be part of this event. So what happens is that over 1.5 million of wildebeest are crossing the borders from Tanzania to Kenya. And the parks are just crowded full of animals. But on the downside, you will see, if you decide to travel in that time, first of all, you might travel in high season, peak season, which means the lodges and the safaris and everything will be more expensive. And as well, we have way more travelers. So if you go to Masai Mara to be part of the migration, means that there will be a lot of safari runs, a lot of jeeps, a lot of tourists coming exactly to this time. So you have to make the conscious decision. Do you want to be part of something like that because you love the animals, or you're more the type of traveler which says, no, I want to travel when there's like almost no one, or I want to choose and travel to areas where there are not a lot of tourists. So my Kenya travel tip number 3, what to pack. I get asked so many times when my clients are coming to Kenya, okay, Sinja, what do I need to bring from home and what do I buy in Kenya? What is necessary? So number 1, for example, mosquito nets. When I used to start traveling, I used to come with a mosquito net because I was a backpacker and I had no idea. But in Kenya, everything is like, okay, let's say standard travelers, even in the low budget in Masai Mara or wherever you might sleep, the beds have mosquito nets already there. So most likely you will not need to carry any mosquito nets. Not unless you are planning to camp yourself or to sleep outside, which is really actually never the case in Kenya. So the next thing is about any hygienical products. So especially for ladies or whatever you guys need, bring all that from home, because in Kenya, this kind of products are quite expensive. But what it's worth it buying here, for example, is getting any kinds of repellents or even medicine you can take. I mean, if you need any medical treatment, of course, bring your treatments, your medicine from home. But if you need any painkiller or whatever, or you might have forgotten something, you can still get anything like that in verified pharmacy inside malls, for example. So then additionally, what you need and what you have to consider is, I have one here, you need adapters. And in Kenya, we do have the type G, which is the standard one. You see, they have the 3 of them to plug it in. So then, of course, additionally, bring any technical gear, like you need your power bank. Power bank is my lifesaver. I don't know how to travel or how I would travel without a power bank in Kenya. I don't know why, but my phone just keeps on going off all the time. It needs a lot of battery. Then it also makes sense if you buy or invest in binoculars or in a camera. But of course, nowadays phones have such good cameras that if it's just for making travel pictures, it's not necessary you have to invest in a camera. But if you're a photographer or you really want to have good pictures or you would like to, then of course, investing in a binocular and as well in a camera really does make sense. So our Kenya travel tip number 4. Sinja, how much does it cost? Okay, that is a tricky question. And I cannot really tell you on how much you are going to spend per day because everyone is completely different and our price categories in Kenya are super crazy. So it can start as a low budget traveler from like $100 per day, so where you can go on a group joining low budget trip to Masai Mara for $120 per day, which is all inclusive. But you can also, on the other hand, just pay for your accommodation, $2,000. Yes, $2,000 just for your hotel per night, and without even paying the card and the entrance for the safari and anything. So your budget can be extreme. And just for you to let you know, if you are a world traveler and you are used to traveling in Asia, Kenya is not like that. Kenya is expensive for travelers. I'm not saying there are not ways on how you cannot travel. Like, I actually made a video, check it out here, about how you can save money and how you can travel for around $100 per day, and if it's even possible. So if you are a low budget traveler, just check out this video which I've made for you. But apart from that, a medium safari, I would say, and especially if you come with your partner or if you're 2 people or your friend, just calculate with around $500 per day, and that's a really good budget for your safari. Of course, if you just hang around in Nairobi or you go to the beach and you relax there, then it really depends. You can stay in hostels for like $15, $20 per person per night with breakfast, or of course, you can also pay $500 per night just to have a hotel at the beach. But for your safaris, I would really calculate around $500 if you want something more class, more style, maybe $1,000 per day per person. The Kenya travel tip number 6, your best travel itinerary. Whew, that's a tough topic. But what I have done for you actually, because that one I could talk about hours and hours and hours explaining to you, I have created a new video for you where I'm explaining the most common 3 travel itineraries people use for going on safari. For example, you have 1 week going on safari. What are the most popular or the most common tours people book and what makes sense most? So just check out this video. And then additionally, I want to say that this might not be your itinerary. I mean, you are traveling to Kenya for a reason, and you are one wonderful human being, and you are the only one in this world. So it's only you who can decide what is right for you and what you want to do. So if you are just Googling online and checking out places and just taking any standard safaris and itineraries, this might not be the right trip for you, because you came here for a reason. Maybe you want to reconnect with Africa, or you want to support local communities, or there's something inside you are looking for and you will find on this trip here in Kenya. So if you are not sure exactly on what it is you want, or you exactly know what you want but you don't know how to get there, I'm here for you. So this is exactly what I do for my living. I am an independent travel consultant. So you can reach out to me. I will guide you through, I will consult you, and I will make sure, to the best I can, of course, I will help you to travel there, or to make sure that you get the safari or the trip in Kenya you deserve and you desire. So how you can do it, just send me an email to travelwithsinja@gmail.com, or you can comment down below or find me on my social media, in Instagram for example, @travelwithsinja. And then we will get in contact. So tip number 7 is getting organized early. Start planning early and getting a Kenya travel checklist. How? Very easy. I made that for you. So it's for free. You can just download it and it will take you through from A to Z everything what you have to organize so that you're not missing out on anything. All the documents you need traveling during COVID, for your Evisa, it has put the link in it where you have to go and get it. Any additional information, vaccines, when you should go and check your doctor, that you should go and check out your banks or talk to them. All these kind of things you will find there. Just download it. It's for you. It's for free. So my travel tip number 8 is all about food and water. It's not that easy in Kenya, especially when you're used to traveling to Asia or somewhere around, that you'll be really curious about taking street food and all these things. But I have to warn you, if you have a stomach which might give you problems like mine, I cannot take any food from the streets. So we have the simple rules so that you can protect yourself and you make sure you're not getting sick. I mean, you might get a kind of travel diarrhea, that's how we call it anyway, that you might be sick for 1 or 2 days just having a little bit of diarrhea. That's why we always recommend to pack some anti-diarrhea tablets, just in case for yourself, because that's the worst thing you want to have, being on safari and at the same time needing to diarrhea. So to be on the safe side, we have the saying of boil it, cook it, peel it, or forget it. And another thing clients usually ask me is, Sinja, can I drink the tapped water? And please do yourself a favor and don't do it. So even in 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels, don't take tapped water. You will always find some water prepared for you in your room. And if not, just go out and buy bottles of water for you for your stay. So tip number 9 is about street children here. So it's a little bit tricky and it might hurt you a bit, but you will find a lot of street kids, especially in Nairobi, and they come, they beg. Of course, they see we are different, they see you are a traveler, they want money. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, if you give them money, will it support them? Will it help them? Of course, this is a decision you have to make on your own. But I'm just talking that's my personal decision I made for myself. And maybe the way I think might help you. Because a lot of people who are living in the streets, they take drugs. And even if they tell you they want money for food, most likely what they will do is they will use that money you give them and buy drugs. So you are kind of supporting that circle of being in the streets and taking drugs and abusing things. So maybe it's better, maybe, that's just what I think, if you get to the situation where a lot of street kids or a street child might ask you for money, or a street family, that you might give them some food you have or something you have, or clothes or whatever you have with you, instead of actually giving them cash. So my last travel tip, number 10, is think about, before you come here, if or how you can make a difference while traveling. Of course, this might not be for you, but a lot of my clients and followers, I know you have a heart of supporting locals, and that's also one of the reasons why you come to Africa, why you are here, because you want to support local communities. And there are different ways on how you can support locals. One way, of course, is choosing a tour operator who you know his values are the same as yours, and who you know that he has maybe an organization or he only works with locals. And in that way, you automatically support local communities. Or sleep in eco-friendly or eco-rated accommodations. Or another way is on, of course, traveling directly to local communities. But this also needs to be done in the right way, which means, for example, if you go on a standard safari to Masai Mara and then you go and visit the Maasai tribe or something, this might be just all for commercial purposes. But there are also tour operators or agents or people like me who work with organizations, who work with communities on the ground. So you can actually travel with an organization who makes an impact, and going with their leaders, going with their people, social workers or whatever. And then you will see directly which impact they are making, and the money you spend there while traveling or going with them goes directly to the village. But it needs to be done in a right and good way, not just for commercial purposes. So if all that or something you liked and you would be interested in doing yourself, or you have even more questions, you can always be free to reach out to me, because I'm offering for you a free consultation with me, so I can help you planning your trip to Kenya. So if you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, comment down below which other questions you have. Maybe you didn't understand something, or there's just something you want to know, or simply reach out to me and share with me the questions you have. Bye!